Ask you about comparisons and where Ireland sits in relation to the rest of Europe and the world in terms of access to abortion, and specifically around the safe and unsafe issue that you referred to when you were replying to Deputy Durkin. And just on my research on it, I think there's a suggestion that the highest proportion of safe abortions in certain sub-regions also showed the lowest incidence of abortion. And I'd just be very interested in teasing out that issue around whether, there's maybe a misconception sometimes that, if it's not available in your own country, there isn't a high incidence. But in fact, if you could give us some information around the relationship between safe abortion and legal abortion in other countries. Sorry, it's a bit of a long question, but...
Yeah. For one, our research and estimates are not broken down at country level, but at sub-regional level. So we do not have data specifically for Ireland, but in the region in which Ireland sits. Unfortunately, one of the limitations then of this research is that the fact that Irish women travel out to UK gets masked within the sub-regional safety, and the issues specific to that traveling out do not show up in sub-regional estimates. Mm-hmm. In terms of high incidence and safety, our information has shown, one, that the rates of abortion do not vary by the degree of restrictiveness of law. They are similar across the world and across regions, despite how strict their abortion law is. But what it also shows is that the safety changes as the restrictiveness of the law increases, and abortions move to less safe. That's the options of using medication without appropriate information, and in certain conditions, particularly in the developing world, to the least safe. But I wouldn't say that Ireland would be immune from that either, based on the data from Dr. Aiken suggesting that methods that we consider least safe are happening here. The contrast that you see in this picture is that actually countries that have facilitative abortion laws also have often good access to contraception, overall good levels of development, and gender inequality. Thus, they overall create a climate in which both women can access good contraception, and therefore the rates of uninhibited pregnancy and abortion are low. But also, when women are faced in a situation that they do need an abortion, they can have one safely. So you can actually have a situation where you can have both low rates and high safety coexisting, and that in fact is the case in Northern and Western Europe.
Okay.